I've generated the supersymmetry inversion model, which accounts for dark matter, dark energy, matter, virtual particles. I was able to do this partly due to the fact that I've developed a product from Manuka honey that stimulates the subconscious mind using photophenton chemistry at generating high energy, short-lived species, which provides like 100 times more energy than normal biochemistry, where glucose goes through glycolysis and into the Krebs cycle and then electron transport chain, where one molecule of glucose will give you 10.4 electron volts of energy. The one molecule of glucose producing hydrogen peroxide with glucose oxidase, followed by this light energy system called photophenton, is generating 1200 electron volts of energy and a billionth of a second. So the amount of energy available to the body and the vitality and well-being that that brings is incredible. It not only opens up the mind to see things which most people think are not relevant or doesn't make much sense at all, but when you look at the structure of an atom and you see the geometry that's spoken about with respect to Einstein's equation, E equals mc squared, rearrange it to c squared equals e divided by m, and then rise over run in the mathematical straight line y equals mx plus c, where m is rise over run, then e divided by m is put on a mathematical cross, which allows you to see where light comes from, the geometry of a cross and the interaction of the electromagnetic fields. So photons of light are generated from the interaction of electromagnetism, and that geometry is originating from this Bose-Einstein condensate in a supersymmetry state. So those types of ideas have been extended. Now, if you rearrange Einstein's equation again and you look at the laws of charge and the laws of gravity, where it's an inverse square law relationship, again you can see that m equals e divided by c squared. So the radius with respect to the wavelength of light, or the distance, so r squared and c squared can be substituted for each other in order to connect the wave-like function of light to the I would say the structure of both an atom and the universe itself. So it's really connecting Einstein's simple equation E equals mc squared into a geometric understanding and how those relationships connect to universal laws that we currently know. These are quite profound observations, I think, because when you start to understand how to break down concepts into really simple to understand ideas, where Einstein's equation can be looked at in three ways, not just E equals mc squared, but c squared equals e divided by m, what light actually looks like, and how light interacts with matter, well, it's actually magnetism, to create structure. So there's a geometry change from symmetry in light to asymmetry in matter that is quite fundamentally profound. And it's that understanding that I've developed into this new model of understanding the symmetry within our own body and the biology that comes from symmetry, which is quantum in nature and light-driven, versus the biology that comes in the form of structure or solid matter physics that is inherent within biology, which is asymmetry. and how biology is switching between symmetry and asymmetry. The subconscious mind, being light-based, being faster than the conscious mind, is symmetry, and it's light-driven. And it's driven by photophentin chemistry, or monoatomic minerals binding and coordinating to the range of neurotransmitters that are present, including pi electrons in the mind, dopamine, serotonin, the aromatic rings doing photophentin chemistry. That's where lithium is binding and displacing calcium and iron. And that's why those molecules, those atoms, are important in neurotransmitter behavior, because the subconscious mind is actually utilizing that type of chemistry to make and break things apart within the mind. So the stability between symmetry and instability in asymmetry within an atom has been utilized by our own biology, where this kind of energy within us is available when released back to symmetry from asymmetry. And that is provided predominantly by beta minus or beta plus decay. So radioactive decay is happening within our bodies in a way we are thermonuclear, but one atom at a time. So it is very contained and very controlled, especially through coordination chemistry and photoreduction, photooxidation processes inherent within our biology, which involve hydrogen peroxide. So that's probably a little bit too much science details, but I can provide further insight and information around those kind of ideas. Thank you.